wonderful things happening in Montessori today is the growth and expansion and opportunities for Montessori public schools. In the United States today, there's over 500 documented Montessori public schools, and that is great for families that want choice. And so my desire with this research was to look at what is happening for special education in Montessori public schools because of the state and federal mandates that are required for students on individualized education plans, and the sharing of expertise between special education teachers and Montessori teachers. And so I interviewed at 5 schools in Michigan, 2 district schools, and 3 charter schools. And I interviewed both sets of teachers, Montessori and special education teachers. And in my research, identified the 5 main constructs of collaboration that are identified for success, which are shared planning, frequent communication, shared vision, mutual respect, and joint trust. And I asked how questions. How do you incorporate shared planning for students and inclusion? And what I found in this was that the sharing of expertise is happening between these practitioners. They are motivated, they understand and fully respect the expertise that each bring to the relationship. The number one issue is time, and that's established in research for maybe probably 20 years, so there's no time for true collaboration. What I did find was that they all do all 5 of these things, but they just do them. So almost as if collaboration is a product, not a process, which in fact collaboration should be a spiraling process. It gets deeper and deeper as you work in that relationship. Also interesting was that they all felt that because they communicate all the time, we talk all the time. I see them in the hallway, we talk about this student, we talk about that student. To them, frequent communication meant collaboration. So there's kind of a misunderstanding of what collaboration is built of and how we create depth in that. So my recommendations were to create sort of a collaboration map based on a curriculum map, where teachers that work with students in inclusion get together. They look at their relationship aside from any student issues, aside from any student needs, and they say, what do we need to build our relationship during this school year? How are we going to, when we have a student in need, what are the steps we're going to take together? When we have a student with need and we're working together, what are the steps we're going to take to follow up, and what does that look like? So that was my idea. My committee actually suggested thinking about teacher prep curriculum and building a course that teaches about what collaboration is for teachers, training, which led me to think about how I could build in some special education coursework into Montessori teacher training.